Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Ryan with IowaClassicCars, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with Nick and my friend Mike, and we are in Pierre, South Dakota at a private junkyard. I met Nick off of Facebook. He's the ringleader of helping Leonard, the old man who owns this property, sell these cars before he crashes out here this fall. So just to let you guys know, Nick is a real person. If you've seen him on Facebook before, he is legit. He's not a scammer, and we're going to tour this yard today and show you guys everything that's here. If you do have interest in something, I'm going to leave Nick's home phone number and or email, depending on what he gives me. Reach out to him directly. The cars will be located in Pierre, South Dakota. Pretty reasonably priced. A lot of titles are missing, but if you need a title, he can help you get that. So with that being said, let's start walking. Here we go, guys. All right, so Nick said that there are rattlesnakes out here, so I'm not going to be opening doors or hoods here today. I'm going to watch my step. I'm not wanting to step on a rattlesnake. And again, if you guys see anything you're interested in, just call Nick. He posts on Facebook. He's doing a lot of good to save these cars. Here's a mid-70s Olds Cutlass Supreme. '62, I think, or '63 Plymouth Belvedere. Sitting next to, I believe this is a '61 Plymouth. I know it's a Plymouth, I just think it's a '61. Two-door sedan. Very unusual. We have a 52 or 53 Chevy Deluxe four-door sedan sitting next to that. Some of these cars are sold. They're not picked up yet. Like I said, you just have to kind of call Nick and find out. This is kind of the Mopar row. We have a Ford wagon thrown in here. There's a bunch of Mopars over here. The story goes, the landowner's father started all of this back in the 40s. And he took over when his father died, I believe in the mid-80s. So he's kind of been collecting cars now all of his life. Buick Super, Dynaflow. This would be pre-1948. I think that was the first year of the portholes, as you see right there. Or I wonder if they're in the hood, actually. They might have been in the hood for this kind of body style. Dodge Royal. The big Buick 8 with that nasty looking grill. A lot of pre-war stuff. Last tagged in 1950. Plymouth Savoy. Nice patina, four-door sedan. So here's a couple cars that I like. This is a '60 Olds Super 88. And sitting next to that is a '62 Biscayne four-door sedan. There's a Rambler station wagon right there. Let's come back this way for a moment. Big Pontiac four-door. Something a little newer right here. 59 Dodge Coronet, 4-door sedan, 61, I think that's a Dodge Dart. There's a 2-door I know of in a ditch that's a 61 that looks just like that. I believe that's a 61. And then another Dodge product. There's about 600 cars here, Nick was telling me. So we're gonna do what we can here to cover them all. 62 62 Biscayne. And then a 4-door sedan, Ford Galaxy, early 60s. Big Mercury Monterey, 4-door hardtop. Ford Ranchero. This is not a shoebox Ford, but it's next body style, so at what, 53 to 55. Rambler. I'm sorry, I said this one was a wagon. Just a standard 4-door. I believe this is a Mercury. Might be a Dodge or Mopar product though. There's a Chevy Deluxe and a Chevy Corvair. So these two Cadillacs up here are really interesting. They are complete. They're both stuck, but they have just an awesome look to them. And they both have the electronic eye option, which on a Cadillac was kind of standard equipment. But a pair of mid 1950s Cadillacs. Engines are there, carburetors, air cleaners, it's all there. Pontiac Bonneville, big 4-door hardtop. An International big rig. This one says Town Wagon. I'm not really sure what that brand is. Maybe a Dodge. This is kind of the truck row of the property here. Got a Suburban, a C10 with 350, a nice Ford, beautiful paint. And then just a lot of parts trucks sitting over here on both sides. Oh, there's a Mazda pickup. A couple of them actually. I'm sorry, those are Nissans. Jeep Wagoneer, or whatever that is, a wagon. It sure is peaceful out here, that's for sure. This Apache's pretty cool. I contemplated bringing this one home, but it's missing the hood and has a little bit of rust by the windshield here. But it's a beautifully sun-kissed car. Oh, I'm sorry, truck. My buddy Marshall said, make sure to get pictures of the Chevettes. So I'm putting this in there for you, buddy. Here's the first one right here. I believe there's 5 of these on the property. Big International KB5. Sitting next to a little Chevy Love pickup. '59 Buick Electra. Not a 225, this is standard. Factory air, all complete. This car is sold, but I wanted to document it anyways. Down here we have a few more cars. So right here is an Olds Cutlass. Sitting next to that is an Econoline van. I'm not sure what this wagon is right here. This would be a Dodge Royal Custom 4-door sedan. Fins are still there, no motor, no trans. I want to say this is an Eldorado Cadillac. No badging on it though. This 1960 Buick LeSabre is all complete as well. It is also sold. Nonetheless, it's a nice car to see. Here we have some newer stuff. I mean, really not new by today's standards, but newer compared to the yard. Buick Skylark. And you can see how bad the wind is here. This hood actually was latched. Must have been on the emergency latch because the wind caught it and took it. An Olds Jetstar 88, an Olds Delta 88. And this here is a '59 Olds Super 88 4-door hardtop. It is complete, and it does have a power seat. Actually, I missed these cars. A little bit of everything scattered in here. Also have some older big trucks, a pair of Chevys, an International, some truck cabs. The '62 Biscayne right here, 4-door sedan, 6-cylinder engine. The head is off of it though. A couple older Jeeps. Another Mercury, this one's a 4-door hardtop, Monterey. Shoebox Ford. I don't believe that's a shoebox, I think it's the next body style. Oh, there's a rabbit. Ford Country sedan wagon. And a '61 or '62 Plymouth. Nice pink color, but kind of rough. So here we've got a '60 Olds, '60 Chevy, '62 Impala, '62 Bel Air. They're all pretty rough for me to bring home. And then the one I'm most bummed out about is a '61 Parkwood wagon. I would love to have this one, but just a little too far gone. Look at that frame, how dry that frame is. All right, let's go check out Wagon Row. All right, guys, so I said Wagon Row. There are a lot of sedans here too. This goes on for quite a ways. So I'm just gonna pan back and forth. This guy was a Ford guy though, for sure. He has a lot of Ford stuff. You know, there is some GM mixed in, but a majority of it is Ford. A lot of country sedan wagons. A lot of them are fairly complete. It's a big Lincoln. That was an Irishman. They're pretty cool cars. So yeah, guys, for the third time, if you've been skipping around, I'm going to put Nick's information down below in the description. And here's a Ford Pinto. If you want to build an old race car, fairly complete. But yeah, if you guys are interested in anything, Nick will get you more photos, information, pricing, title status if you need a title, or if you can't get a title, he can get you one for an additional cost. And he posts a lot of stuff on Facebook. So if you guys are on Facebook and have seen him, you can buy with confidence because, you know, we're here. We're not being scammed. He's here. He's showing us what's for sale, and he's going to help us get loaded up here before too long. So like I said, a lot of Ford products. But a lot of you guys have been asking for other things besides Chevrolet. So here you go. This is the perfect yard for you. You can't come and walk the yard. The guy's kind of sick. But if you make arrangements with Nick, or if you want to come look at something or buy a couple cars, I'm sure he can arrange that. Just keep in mind this place is not open to the public, so you can't just show up unannounced. Maverick, another good race car. Little Ford Falcon four-door right here. And then down here, just a few more vehicles. You have a Chevrolet pickup, another Ford wagon, and this old school Ford Custom Line four-door wagon. God, that hit me in the leg. I thought it was a snake. Scared the bejeebus out of me. Thank God it was not a snake though. All right, let's look at the newer part of the yard, newer part. And we'll head down to the house and look at some more stuff here. All right, guys, this is kind of the quote-unquote newer stuff. Jeep Wagoneer Quadra Track. And I'm not going to walk every row because this one doesn't really have any paths. And I'm not about to chance it with snakes. You might say, well, Ryan, you're from Iowa. You guys have rattlesnakes. Well, we do not have rattlesnakes. You see them maybe once a year. One pops up, two-door sedan, Dodge Dart. But they're very, very uncommon in Iowa. And they're a lot more familiar up here. So we're an hour from the nearest hospital, and I'm not about to go to a hospital in South Dakota if I can help it. But there's just a lot of newer stuff. 80s, 90s, some 70s stuff. There is a 67, I think it's a 67, Impala four-door sedan up here somewhere. No, I'm sorry, it's a 68. It's right here. Complete car, a little banged up. Right in front of it is a 2.2 Charger. Nick said he was surprised that no one has asked about that because they kind of have a cult following. So if you need parts or want a whole car, he does have one. Here's another Chevette. Some small 80s and 90s stuff here in this row. There is one 60s car right here, and that appears to be a 65 Impala or a Bel Air. No motor, no trans, no seats, no steering column, just a shell. So yeah, what's crazy is even the stuff from the 80s and the 90s is coming up on at least 30 years old. I'm not into this stuff, but I know there are people that do like it. A couple old big rigs right there, big trucks. And then a Econoline van with a rainbow on it. Last one to look at here is a big porthole Lincoln. Old Lincoln town car. All right, let's go look at some more stuff down below. All right, guys, this is at the beginning of the property here. It's got a few old trucks and a couple of cars on the other side. Chevrolet grain truck, Ford tow truck, Chevy Sierra, or I'm sorry, not a Sierra. Yeah, it is a Sierra. I might bring this Chevrolet home, this green one right here. This is a cool truck. Got a Suburban. And then some newer Fords and a Chevrolet right here. Is this a Subaru?
Yeah, Subaru Brat.
Subaru Brat.
That's owned by a guy named Reed Stosher, and I actually did get the okay to sell that for $500 as well.
That one's for sale, $500 on that. And it has a title. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, I've been really trying to get that Italian. I'm not a Subaru guy.
Got a Ford wagon. This is a looks like a Fairlane 500 four-door sedan station wagon. Ford van, little Ford Ranger. This one says it's a Ford mainline. Last tagged in 1967. Two-door sedan. Lots of sunflowers up here in South Dakota too, I've noticed. Cadillac Eldorado, front wheel drive. And then a couple more pickups and a wagon to finish this row out. We're now gonna run up to the house, get the last section of cars, maybe bring that green truck home. All right, so we're up here by the house. We have a truck with a big camper on it. A nice Ford F100. Nice sun-kissed body. This Ford Ranchero does have a 351 Cleveland in it. So if you guys need a good engine or a good body, you know, right here, this is your ticket, Ford Ranchero. Sitting next to that is a Ford F750, was bought out of Fargo, North Dakota. A Dodge dump truck right here. There is a Corvair right there. If anyone's interested in a Corvair, Nick can get you some more pictures. There's a couple of vehicles out here we're gonna check out quick, and then walk around the house, and then head back to Iowa. And if you guys are into tractors, there are a few old tractors out here. I've never seen one like that before. I have no idea what make it is. Of course, we all know green is a John Deere. The equipment that built America. Another Lincoln Town car, mid-70s. Square body Chevrolet Scottsdale C10. Blazer. Square body Suburban. Ford Bronco, I think that's a Bronco. And then yet another 80s square body C10, half ton. This Suburban's actually pretty sweet. It's got the big tires on it, a little bit of rust in the rocker. It's a a 4-door. Could be a super awesome hunting rig for you right here. All right, so a couple more vehicles up here. Not a lot of stuff, but I think this is a Ford cab. Sitting next to a little Ford Falcon 2-door, early 60s, maybe like 60, 61. Here's an International truck. The wheels are missing, but the suspension is there, so it could be rolled on out of here. There's a Ford Club Wagon, I believe that's what that's called. Another Club Wagon right here. Then we have another International pickup truck. A lot of birds up in this tree today. Big Olds 98. So the cars over there are all his friends, so I'm not going to film that stuff. What do we have here? First convertible. It's a Dodge. There's GT on the side of it. I am not sure what the model is though. Sitting next to that's a big 2-door sedan, Buick Special Sedan. I think these are called a Seednet. Beautiful patina on the thing. Maybe like a 50 or 51. Could be a lead sled. Really easy. I mean, the rockers look to be in great shape. It is coming apart at the seam right there, but the quarter panels are real nice. The interior is all there, even though it's very tattered. We got some newer stuff here, some Jeeps. And then this old boom crane with a bucket on it, old Dodge 1-ton truck. Man, what a cool yard. A lot of cool stuff here today. All right, guys, so this is the video for today. Nick, thank you for working with me on this beautiful
no problem.
1980.
Should be a good truck to run. Get ready, guys. It'll be for sale.
And if you guys want to buy anything here, I'm going to put his phone number and email down below. Contact him. He'll work with you guys, get photos, line up the pricing, all that good stuff. Nick, thanks again, man.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ryan.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next week.